What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Mondays. We're back, everybody. We're back. Yes. So, just the usual preamble for you guys, just let you know we are not mental health professionals. We're just a couple of dudes from our community here, and we're trying to do a little bit of a service to share some stories from fellow members in our community. But if you guys have any serious mental health issues, please go seek help from a medical professional. Or if it's something that you need to address, like right now, dial 911, call somebody. And Maddie, there was another number that you told me, right? Or is it just 911? Or is there a mental health specific number? I can't remember.
We had the suicide hotline 988.
988. That's the
988.
one.
If
Yes.
you're in crisis, call that one.
Yes. 100%. So just want to let you guys know there are services out there for you. But on that note, let's get back to the show. Welcome back, Maddie. How you doing? And
I'm doing
our
good.
illustrious guest, Gerbs.
So I've been telling Gerbs for a good few weeks when we fired up, he's going to be guest number one. We did the live last week, but that doesn't count. That was just we're coming back. We had a holiday off. Let's do a live, but now we're back to filming. Gerbs is here. I have a feeling we're going to be hit with a lot of good information, some struggles. Gerbs is an awesome dude, and I cannot wait to hear his story. So I'm just going to throw it right to you, Gerbs.
Right to me, eh? Okay,
Right to
well, I'm Jerbs, aka Jeremy. I am a recovering addict. I was a heroin addict for on and off for the better part of 20 years. So I had some stints of clean time. I've had stints of homelessness and full-on addiction. So anything in between we can cover. So yeah, so I don't know what you guys want to know first. Drugs are bad. For
You have been come on. So I think you probably have something in mind, most likely. You've been asking.
Yeah.
So what is it that you want to cover today? Your struggle, or how you got out of it? What got you into it? I mean,
Well, I can start with how I started with my addiction.
Yeah.
So I think I was 20?
Yeah.
So 20 years ago, well, 20 plus, 24 years ago, I got into a really bad accident with my brain, and I ended up getting knocked out. I was in the hospital ICU for
3 months.
about 3 months. Had to learn how to walk and talk and all that stuff again.
Oh, wow.
And so with the brain injury, I got wicked headaches. So they prescribed Dilaudid and morphines and anything good that would take the headaches away, right? So I ended up getting ruthlessly addicted to them. And I ended up ODing a few times. So I told my doctor, like this is not working. I'm dying. I OD'd a few times. I need to get off of them. But so I was still addicted to all these pills and whatnot. So so I tried to get off of them. I was good for a while, and then I started taking them again, but they weren't prescribed. And I got hooked on them again. And at that time, heroin was a lot cheaper than the pills I was buying. So
Yeah.
that whole addiction started all over again.
Dang.
So that's how it started. Then
Yeah.
I ended up, I had my kid. He was probably 6 months old when that happened. And I got the brain injury about that.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one.
So at that point I was with this lady before my brain injury, and she had taken my kid and broke up with me and took my kid, and that's when I got my brain injury. I can't remember where I was going to go with that. That's the one thing about my brain is like I can't really, as I'm thinking about it, it doesn't come out as I'm thinking about it. So
Yeah.
It's okay. I understand 100%. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, later on, the dots will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But I think the point is like how it started is something so innocent. You got in a car accident, and then something as simple as taking a pill to make your headache go away, and then
so just the addiction started for a while, and then I ended up I can't remember how I ended up getting clean the first time.
I wasn't there for that.
So Kimmers we've been together for quite some time now.
About 10 years.
10 years on like as far as on the books. There's a little bit of a history between me and Kimmers, and that has nothing to do with addiction. Let's just talk about it. But I ended up cleaning up. I ended up having another so my baby's mom took off and did the whole addiction thing. I cleaned up, but I had to move the geographical moves from addiction kind of deal, so you can I didn't have any connections where I was moving to, so I didn't have the people, places, and things that I used to hook up with the dope. So I basically cleaned up and cold turkeyed the dope for a few years, and then
You relapsed.
I was into the cocaine and the crack for a while too. I can't remember how I got into that.
that usually piles on with heroin. I mean, kind of all intermingles.
I can't remember how I ended up getting in. So when I moved away from Victoria, I moved in with my next baby's mama. So I've got 3 kids. So Isaac is my oldest, Matthew, and then Joshua. Matthew is my middle child, and Joshua is my youngest. So I had my we were living in Duncan, and I was in and out through the NA program. I was trying to clean up and go through the meetings and whatnot. So I ended up connecting with people. That's the one thing about meetings. They're actually some are good, but some could be toxic because you can get connected with other addicts in the area and slippery slopes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that stuff. So I ended up I think I did bumps for a bit. Ended up breaking up with the wife and the kids, and I lost those kids again. And I was selling drugs to do drugs, and then I was in and out of the program. So every time I would clean up, I would go back to the NA program, and then I met Kimberly. Kimberly, I met in the NA program, and that's how I became clean again. Well, it took us
a couple of years.
Took us a few years to get
2 years of using together.
So it was either clean up or continue doing drugs and lose Kimberly, basically, is how it ended up being. So I'd already lost all connection with my kids and whatnot. They didn't want to have that addict parent around. So basically I screwed up every relationship I've ever had with my kids, basically through my addiction. So that's another bad thing about addiction.
Lose everybody.
Yeah, it really does ruin everybody's life for sure. But between Kimberly and our doctor, I ended up going to treatment. I've gone to treatment a lot. It doesn't happen like it takes like you have to literally hit bottom in order to like get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my bottom was either dying homeless on the streets without Kimmers or go to treatment. So I went to treatment up in Comox twice. The first time I made it 6 months, maybe 6-7 months, and then I relapsed again.
Mhm.
Then I went back and did another stint. But the stint that kind of took this last time was when she had to go to treatment as well. So she went to a treatment in Vancouver. I went to a treatment in Comox, and that was for 28 days, but it wasn't long enough. So I made arrangements to go to another treatment center over in Vancouver, and I did that for another, 5 weeks?
5 weeks, yeah.
Another 5 weeks of that, and between the doctor and Kimmers and treatment, I finally had done my last drug. Finally,
That's awesome.
The weed. Like, there's some people say that weed is. I've been smoking weed since I was 11 years old. I don't know if I'm addicted to it or if it's just like I smoke weed. I'm Canadian. It's just I'm allowed to smoke weed. It's one of those legal things. It wasn't legal for a long time, but now it is. I've been smoking weed, but it actually saved my life. Is the weed?
Yeah.
I was allowed, like in Canada, we're allowed to grow our own pot. So between growing my own pot, taking care of the plants, like if you're an addict of my kind, like I was like an intravenous user.
Mm-hmm.
So the worst kind of heroin addict you can possibly have.
Mm.
And if you can keep a plant healthy, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
I like your garden out there so much then. I get it now.
It's true.
I get it.
No,
But it took, like, addiction is
Sneaky.
it's a sneaky fucker, man. It really is. Like, it'll tell you it's okay to just do that one.
Yep.
And then that one slips into two, and then that, like, next weekend, the weekend's written off, and then you're doing it to the Monday. And I was a drunk too. Like, I was not a good drinker. Like, not that I was violent. I was a sloppy drunk.
Yeah.
Sloppy
excess.
drunk.
Yeah.
And because I'm an addict, I don't half-ass shit. Like,
Yeah.
I drink until I get drunk. Like,
Yeah.
I can't have that one or two. So
See, I get it. My family's full of addicts, so I purposefully avoided all that because I know I would have gone down that road.
totally.
I mean, I've had, like, in my aunt, I don't talk to her anymore, but like she disappeared for a good 10 years. She just one day hopped on the back of some dude's motorcycle and she was, but that's like my whole family.
Yeah.
So I have an addictive personality. I get it.
Oh yeah.
It's hard.
For me and my family, like, our two major vices across both sides is nicotine and alcohol. And I remember starting down that pathway of, like, where I was going out and drinking, like, on the weekends, and then it became like twice during the week, and then I would be like, 10 a.m. running errands for my job and being like, oh man, I'm so stressed. I really should get a cocktail during lunch.
Totally.
And I
Take
was
that
like,
edge off.
yeah. And then, like, I caught it and I was like, oh shit, like, dude, this is how I started smoking. Because I'd start with having a pack a pack would last me 2 weeks. Next thing you know, I was smoking cigarettes before I walked into school.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh dang, like this really repeats itself. But
Addiction's big in my family too. My mom was a
Yeah.
full-on addict, alcoholic. My grandma was not so much like, but they drank all the time, right?
yeah,
But my upbringing was not all peaches and cream. I was a ward of the court. I was apprehended as a kid, so I bounced through the system.
and
One of those lost kids in the system, and bounced from home to home to home to home, and
Drugs made it all
drugs made it easy, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
addiction, like I said, my first tattoo, I was 11. I had been smoking weed from 11 on.
Yeah.
Drinking, and any chance I could. I drank through all my high school.
Yeah. No, one of my ex-girlfriends was like that. By the age of 16, she had done damn near every drug except heroin. She was a full-blown alcoholic and in recovery by the time she was like 16. And I remember, like, before I started really, like smoking and drinking, I was like, I used to get on her case about weed, because she would still like smoke weed every once in a while. And I'd be like, oh, that's a drug. You can't have it. Like, no, I realized like when you are an addict or you have an addictive personality, you need just one little vice and one like soft little vice.
Yeah.
And as long as you have that, it's
I mean,
sustained.
I'm not perfect. I love coffee. Coffee is probably one of my worst addictions because of all the sugars and cream in it. Like it's like candy for me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
smoking, like I'm until it's illegal, I'm gonna smoke. I love freaking smoking.
Yeah. No, I feel you there, man.
Mine is Monsters, but I'm personally cutting that out. I've canceled my Amazon subscription to Monsters. I canceled the next box that was going to be coming on Tuesday. So once the ones I have are gone, that's it.
Oh,
But
See, I take some medication to keep off from the drugs.
mhm.
So there is some medication that I take daily, so I'm not wanting like that psychological drive to
Yeah.
pick up dope anymore. So I'm almost done with all that stuff, but once I can get complete, like, I mean, recovering from heroin it's fucking hard, man. It really is.
Say, from what I've heard, it's brutal.
I've read
Brutal.
stories
Yeah.
that most people don't.
It's probably the only drug you'll sell your soul for
Yeah.
and be okay with it because you got that one fix that makes everything okay.
Damn, man.
Well, how long have you been clean for?
We were just trying to figure that out.
8 years.
About 8 years complete off heroin.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
on my birthday, which is on the 29th, that was the last day I drank 6 years ago.
Nice.
Wow.
So that
Good for
birthday
you.
was probably my wake up call for having Kimmers left in my life, because apparently I don't even remember. I was apparently quite a dick, and I don't want to ever be like that to her.
Yeah.
So
I have a personal question for you, and you don't have to answer it. And I don't know exactly how to word it properly, so I'll just say it. But what was it about Kimmers that made you like push and break through your addiction?
I think it was between her and the doctor. Like we ended up having the same doctor, and I think between just having the love for her and I just didn't want the dope anymore. Like it was killing us. Like it was slow. Well, not even slowly.
It was pretty cool.
Like I don't know how many houses fully furnished I've walked away through my addiction. Like how many cars I've sold because of addiction. Like all the tools, all the hurt, all the pain. I'm just finally, after so many years, getting my family back into my life. And I would say, like, I had enough. I wanted better for Kimmers. I just didn't want us to like watch each other die.
That's awesome.
And we had lost so many friends, and so grateful that we got out of the dope before the what's that shit? Trank and fentanyl. Like, we never got addicted to the carfentanil. It was like the straight heroin that we were addicted. So we got out as all the bad shit was coming in, and all of our friends were dying, and I wasn't going to another funeral because of addiction. Just we had to like write everything off and move out here, and
that's powerful words right there.
Yeah.
And then you got away, like you separated yourself from all that physically.
Yeah, literally. And I mean, I've done the whole geographical moves like multiple times. Like I said, I don't know how many houses. Like, I think I'm probably like 4 at least, fully furnished, like everything in the house, beds, TVs, stereos, like the works. Just walked away with the backpack and just didn't want anything to do with it, because it was all memories of junking, right? Just didn't want. I wanted to separate from everything multiple times. It just took so many times, like until you get to that you either fucking do it until you die, or fucking be done with it all.
Never quit quitting.
That hashtag never quit quitting.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys know Scab.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so the hashtag, like every day, he puts on, I don't know how many videos a day, but every video it's like we have this little meeting, and I don't know if he knows how much power that just never quit quitting has had impact on me and Kimmers. Like, it's like a little mini meeting every time you open one of his videos up for me, and and having the connection with all you guys on this YouTube thing as really like I had to give up all like, I used to get dope on Facebook, so all my bad habits had to go. So it's just recently that, well, it's not that I couldn't, but I wanted to have, like, I had hurt Kimmers often through the addiction, and I just didn't want to hurt her anymore. So I until she was okay with me having a social media, I wasn't having it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make, like, not like, it was kind of making an amends to her, like showing that I'll do whatever it takes to have what I want or what I need in my life, her being it.
Yeah.
Like that I would do anything to have that. So in like too many thoughts going through the brain right now. fucking train wreck.
Oh, it's not a train wreck. We're actually watching your thought processes.
Yeah.
But
a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, man.
I wish I could make it sound fucking. Well, you guys are getting what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You don't need to be eloquent or anything. I mean, We're all just,
Because that I would have failed that fucking long ago.
we're just regular people.
Yeah, man.
I gotta say, so far from what I'm hearing, to get out of it, it seems like you need a good, strong anchor. And for you, it's like Kimmers, and for Kimmers, it's you.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
guys can't let each other down.
Yeah, she's definitely been the wall for me.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
awesome. That's what we tell people, reach out, because if you don't have like a Kimmers in your life, go find
Or
a buddy.
or just a bouncing board to listen. Sometimes it's just an ear that it takes. Like that's why I say to all the people that are struggling, my email is in the about section. If
Yeah.
you're fucking struggling, I'll do whatever I can do to set you up so you can get into either a treatment or set you up with I'll help in any way that I can to get. Like financially, I can't help you, but
Money ain't gonna help anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
unless you're fucking done with dope, or if you're just
You
done,
need a starting point.
you need a starting point. Yeah, like just never quitting.
Yeah.
The second you quit or give up, it's over.
Yeah.
I know that I've got a relapse in me, but I know I don't have a recovery left in me. Like
Yeah.
I don't have another comeback from a relapse, basically.
I have never heard it put that way. That's
Yeah.
a heck of a way to put it.
It's true though. Like
Relapse.
I know within a month, everything that I've acquired over our recovery would be gone. All the tools, the vehicles, my license, like I can't believe that I have my license still. The only thing I haven't really fucked up in my life is my license.
Yeah.
I have a bank account again, like an addict with a bank account. Like, fuck, that's insane. That shit doesn't happen. At least not overnight, because it fucking took years for me to get back to where I am. But it is possible. That's the thing.
You're
And
busted.
you should celebrate that,
Oh, dude, every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day that I wake up, and I say it all the time. Any day on this side of the dirt is truly a blessing, because
Say that in the chats. I see it all
I've
the time.
died, I've OD'd, I've been clinically dead. I've had like 4 heart attacks, 6 strokes, 7 strokes. Like
Damn.
I've been shot, I've been stabbed twice, I broke my back, I was paralyzed from the waist down for like 3 months and 12 days. Like there's no reason, like I know there's a reason I'm on this planet. I just don't know what it's for yet. Even if it's just for saying this right now.
This might
Yeah.
be your message.
If I could
You
save
have-
one person from the hopelessness of dope, that would make my world just so happy.
You know what though? You did. You saved yourself. And that's huge, dude.
And you're saving Kimmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
you, who knows where she would be?
And she says that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very, very grateful. Like very, very grateful. I can't just like I can't put it to words how unbelievably grateful I am to have this community, Kimmers, the doctor, roof over my head, and no dope in sight. It's just it's great.
So
No, man. It's to me, it's a testament of the two of you not wanting to give up on life. Like it's so easy. It's so easy. You hear that voice in your head, and you think it's reality.
It's like the good guy on the shoulder and the bad guy, right?
100%, right? But you chose the good guy, and you continue to do that every day. And like you said, never quit quitting. Like that's legit, and that's work that you guys put in, the two of you.
every day it's work.
Yeah, So like,
and it's not easy. Like I'm not saying like there's days that fucking sometimes it's second by second or minute by minute, or like they sell booze at this corner store down here. I mean, like I am fucking less than 100 yards away from a relapse. You know what I mean? So it's just not worth it nowadays. It's just not.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm just gonna ask, you've been clean for 8 years, so how are you maintaining through this time? Like what's your
who's not? I'm not in like.
not
I
just
think I was.
all of it.
I think it humbled me knowing that I was such a fucking dick to Kimmers, and I can't even remember, and that's not okay.
yeah.
And I just don't. I don't want that to ever play off or play out ever again. So that's not even an option. Like that's not even on the table anymore. But dope, you know, like I don't go into town without a plan. Kimmers is usually co-pilot. She's the ride or die.
Hell
Through
yeah.
thick and through. Like she's literally ride or died from homelessness to where we are today.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
props to Kimmers though.
Yeah, serious.
You got yourself
100%.
a good support
So
system.
all of this, see me? This is all her fault. But she proudly takes it. So, and I proudly take her.
She's a tough woman though to put up with
Fuck,
your
man.
to
You
say
have no idea.
put up with your crap back in the day. And she sticks with you thick or thin.
And like, so you guys don't see a lot of the behind the scenes of me. Like my brain is not good. Like I'm good like for small bits, but like I forget shit all the time. She reminds me, like I don't have to set an alarm on my medications anymore, but she knows when I'm not taking it. She feels when I'm off. Like it's just the connection that we have is
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, it really
taking my breath away.
No, it really can't be understated. Like having a strong woman in your life is such a beautiful thing. You
Really
know?
is, dude.
They're far and few between, but for like those of us who struggle with different forms of mental illness or addiction, like it's a blessing, you know, to have them. Kimmer sounds just amazing, you know.
Dude.
So
She's she's one of a kind, that's for sure.
that's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys found each other because we wouldn't have you here without.
And I'm not even like sugarcoating this at all. If it wasn't for Kimmers and the doctor, I know for a fact the way I was going with the dope, I would have been dead within another 2 months of use, if that.
Damn.
Like I was sick,
Thank God for Kim.
hoping the next one was gonna kill me. Basically, at that point, like I'd given up, and they say like you have to really hit rock bottom, and sometimes that's the case, sometimes not. But like in the especially in the IV using world, like I can't even express how
You get hopeless right away.
hopelessness it is. It's
in
the
Cole's
shame, the
episode,
remorse, the guilt. Like, why am I putting this dope in? And physically knowing that what you're putting in your body could possibly kill you, and you're still okay with that. You know something mentally is not fucking okay there, right?
Yeah.
we did an episode with Cole for alcohol addiction, and he basically said the same thing.
Yeah.
So
my grandfather, Frank Coverdale, he was in his service. He saw some shit, and alcoholism took his life. Like at the end of his alcoholism, he was drinking gasoline and ice cubes.
Oh,
So he was a lost cause, and psoriasis or cirrhosis, and like he was like jaundice. Like he was yellow when they ended up.
the liver failure.
yeah.
So-
Man.
Well,
No, like I'm proud of you both though for like choosing your lives. You know, like it's tough being on that side and saying like, wait, you know, I have something to live for. You know, and like I think the world is a better place with you guys in it. You know, like
Thanks.
really. No, genuinely. I mean, like you guys, like, dude. You bring something to the community, which is incredible. You're sharing your story now with the community, which like, who knows who's that's going to resonate with, you know? And like,
And seriously, if it just helped just one person to see, like,
yeah,
I mean, slips happen, man. It's just what you do with that slip. Do you keep on slipping, or do you dust yourself off and try it again next day?
yeah,
Or the next hour, for that matter, or the next 15 minutes. Like, if you can get next 5 minutes clean,
yeah,
Miracle.
the next 5 minutes clean, the next 5 minutes clean. Repeat. And you get enough of those back to back, you get a couple days.
Mhm.
Couple days, couple weeks, couple months, couple years.
yeah.
and you're nearing
It's
decade.
one day at a time, though. Whoever
Mhm.
got up earliest has the most recovery for that day.
Yeah, dang, that's a cool way of putting it, man.
It's true.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not any better than the other addict. I just have a little bit of clean time. Just found the way that worked for me. And my way might not work for you, but we can discuss on how many ways there is to die, or that there's 100 ways to live too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It takes actively making that choice, you know? And like, I feel like sometimes with addiction, people don't feel like they have a choice, but you do, you know? Like,
You absolutely do.
yeah.
It's definitely a strong battle of willpower. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have to rely on someone
We-
else's willpower.
And even if you can just be a fucking stubborn cunt sometimes, you know?
Learning your language.
You just gotta do. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Sorry about the potty mouth, but like sometimes you gotta just
It's your
grin
show.
and bear, you know?
Yeah.
Cuss if you want. Go ahead. I didn't even know Canadians did cuss. So
Holy tabernacle!
So what's next for you and Kimmers then? You're going on almost. It's going to be 10 years in 2 years. I mean,
Yeah.
what's next for you guys? What are your future plans now that?
Well, I
Gerbs-
would like to win the lottery and get everybody's grail knife, but you know that takes time, and you gotta play the lottery to do that. So, in order to do that, you just gotta nod and smile, and one day you'll win.
There you
Apparently,
go.
unless you're Canadian and you got a shoe shoved up your butt and you get it 3 times. There's a person in Canada that's won the lottery, major lottery 3 times in a row.
Oh,
No way.
Not in a row, but like 3 big jackpots. So
That's crazy.
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
They share.
well, I was asking because you said you're starting to make headway with your family. Where are you at with that?
So
Especially your 3
the
boys.
kids not so much. I vowed that I would never put my kids through what I went through, and I was dragged through the court system, and I refuse to do that to my kids. They're very well taken care of. I have all the faith in the world about the moms. They're great people. They take care of my kids. I don't want to fuck with that. I mean, I've been clean, but I'm not taking. If they've got, I know the door is always open. They know how to get a hold of me when they're ready. I mean, I've written notes for them.
Yeah.
I'm the first one to admit that I failed as a parent.
Okay.
No, but
Like
that's
my dad was a fall down fuck face. He didn't teach me shit. I can't blame him, but I don't know how to be a dad. Like I waned most of it all my life.
yeah.
And when I was a parent, I was a good parent. But addiction fucked me, and it fucked my world. It fucked my trustworthiness. Like, because I mean, I can say I'm clean. I can showing instead of speaking, because I used to talk a good game. Like, fuck, I could charm a fucking. I can do that. But like,
Yeah.
when you're talking to on deaf ears, and they've heard the same shit over and over and over and over again, and you failed so many fucking times, at what point do they just not trust you? So,
Yeah.
you know, through my actions, I show that I'm trying to be the best version of me I can be for each day. And that's all I can do.
Yeah, and like you said, keeping the door open is all you can do.
I mean, I do have my stepmom. I have my stepsister, or my stepmom, my half sister, my half brother, and my other half brother. My oldest brother from my mom. Well, my mom's in a box just above the door there. She watches over us.
Hi, Mom.
Jason, my oldest brother, he passed away 2 Decembers ago. His kids, I haven't seen them since then. They're with their grandma, and they're taken care of. They're okay, but I haven't really had a relationship with those ones. My younger brother, Chris, he's got his own family. He's doing that 100 kilometers west of me. He's a heavy machinery mechanic. He's amazing. He's got an amazing life, amazing family. My little brother, I just saw him on the second. We had dinner with my sister, her partner, my nephew that I just got to see. We got to see him for the first time. He's 2 and 8 months old, so he's almost 3.
Nice.
So I got to see him for the first time. His name's Maverick. He's the coolest fucking little Gopnik ever. So we've got a good relationship with AJ. Is my littlest brother. Like he's cool shit, and he's got his life and his wife and his little man, and I've got them in my life, so that's a blessing.
That's awesome.
There's a few people in this YouTube world that have we've really connected with. Ron T. Sawyer, he's my pops. He's kind of taken me under his wing as his kid.
Nice.
Ish. I know if I needed a sponsor to get to America, he would be the guy.
Heck yeah.
And like seriously, like these mental Mondays have helped me see that there's us, like we have us.
Definitely not alone.
Absolutely not.
Every single episode we've done, I've received messages showing me that the person on the screen is not alone. Someone's going through it.
That includes you.
It does. It does. I got my own issues, but it does. And it helps reaffirm why me and Sharif do this.
Yeah.
And I felt bad taking a break, but we kind of were.
No, man. You can only. So, the one thing I've learned is you can only take so much in before you can't become not useful for other people. So you can't fix the world in a day.
We could try.
We can try.
Isn't
But,
that a
yeah.
thing, though? Like, isn't that something you can't fix the world in a day, but you sure as heck can destroy it in a day.
Yeah.
That's true.
One
Destroy
button away.
it so much easier. The
Yeah.
healing and the growth takes so much time.
Yeah, building
And it
is
does,
always,
man. And that's the one thing. Like it's taken. Sorry.
I was just asking about your coffee.
Oh, I'm good. It took a lifetime of me fucking up for me to show my family that it does take time, but I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. No, that's the thing, right? Like I feel like life is split in this constant balance of like destruction and construction, you know? So like old things are being taken down, new things are being put up, but that's also the same with us. Like our old perspectives, our old ways of thinking about things are constantly being like torn down, and we're seeing new ways and new opportunities and things.
Absolutely.
And it's the people who refuse to engage with that stay in one place, you know? And like,
Stagnant.
yeah, and like the people who see like, oh, I can do something more. There's a different perspective that I could have. That's really where life is, you know? Like that's just my own philosophy on things, you
It's
know?
true though.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a
Germs,
firm believer that everything happens for a reason and
Yep.
everything works out.
Yeah.
I agree. But I do have a question for you. For people who are, they've come clean, they're in this recovery stage and like staying like that for like 8 years, people longer, some shorter. What is your strategies when you're feeling it? Like you say you take it like second by second, minute by minute. What did you say, Katie? Coping skills. That's a good
Coping
one.
skills. What
What
are
are
my
your-
coping skills now?
What are your, like Cole gave us some in his alcohol one. Everyone's got different things, but people can take and use them if they need them because someone's always struggling somewhere. So
Totally.
what do you do when like you need to cope and just get through, like you're feeling like you need to relapse? How do you stop?
Talking to somebody first, like instantly. Like if you have a solid person that will say, like, if I can say, hey Matt, I got your phone number and I need to talk to you, and I know for a fact that whatever I say to you doesn't leave this circle. Have one of those people in your life, no matter what. It doesn't have to be like your best friend. It just you have to have somebody that you can vent to,
Yeah.
because holding on to the shit, it hurts you, but it doesn't make you account. Like if you tell it to somebody, it keeps me accountable.
Mhm.
So if I say, hey, I'm feeling like I'm fucking gonna relapse, Kimmer's is the first. She'll already hear it before I even spoke it or speak it. But like, I have so many people like that I can talk to, like Pops, Carl. Like, there's a whole bunch. Scab. Like, I have outlets with that, especially like people that have actually been in the shoes that you're walking in. Like if you talk to another addict that's shot dope and knows the feels, and you just like, it's good to talk to those people because you're accountable for what you spoke, and it lets you like barf it out, get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Talking really helped me, and asking for fucking help. I know it's so fucking cliche, and You're not a fucking man. You can't fucking cry. Fucking bawl your fucking eyes out, man. Kimmers has seen me absolutely melt the fuck down, break down. Like, don't hold on to that shit.
Yeah.
Just it hurts. It hurts you. Doesn't make you any healthier holding on to your shit. You know.
I think that's the number one thing so far is people asking for help. They don't want to. They're I don't know if it's they feel like they're a burden or they're too shy or humble or too macho. I don't know what it is, but that's
shame and guilt is a big thing. Like I until you've actually like broke, you can't really start mending. So you have to really like break down all the walls and rebuild all that shit. Sometimes you fucking fail and it falls, but don't stop trying.
Never quit quitting.
Keep on building that shit, because sometimes it gets bigger and stronger and you can hold a lot more weight. You know?
Yeah.
Just never quit quitting.
You know what?
Never fucking quit.
That's such a good analogy, right? What you were saying about building things back, you know, that even in your first attempt, you may not be successful. Like, think about anything in our lives, right? The first time you did something, you were never successful at it. Like,
were you awesome on a bike on your first time?
Exactly, right? You had to keep on doing it, keep on repeating it in order for you to develop the skill to do it. And you may even still be very skilled at something and still make a mistake, you know? But you also, like you were saying with the bike, it doesn't, just because you fell down, scraped your knee, doesn't mean that you stop biking forever for the rest of your life, you know?
Ooh, you got a boo-boo.
Right.
Suck it up, man.
No, I think that's such a great way of putting it, right? And like every time you repeat, you learn new techniques of what to do.
And easier and softer ways of doing things too, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And it's not easy doing it by yourself.
No.
Carry the load.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I don't, like, I've said it before, you know, on Mental Health Mondays, like, I think that's something for us, particularly as men, that we have to get over, is that, like, asking for help is not weakness. It's so ingrained to us as dudes from like a young age, you know, like, don't be weak, don't cry, don't ask for help, like, figure it out, just do it, you know, like, we got to get past all of that BS, you know. It hurts us a lot more than it helps us a lot of
really
times.
Does, man.
You know. So,
and if I haven't said it yet, my email is in the about section. If you're fucking struggling with addiction and you need an ear, I'm fucking 100% always going to be there. It might take a day or two for me to get back to you, but I will get back to you.
And if you're a woman, you can always reach me too.
And Kimmer says the same. If you're a woman and you're struggling and you need that ear, same deal. Like, if it's a day or two, we will get back to you.
Heck yeah.
You're definitely not alone.
I'll put Gerb's link in the description down and his email.
There's treatment centers all over Canada. If you're in Canada and you're struggling, I mean, we've got world-renowned treatment centers that celebs come to. So if you're as awesome as these two fine gentlemen that are hosting, or just a fall down fuckface like me.
You were not a fall down F-face.
When I was an addict, buddy, you would know. There's no reason you would want to be friends with me at that point. I would steal your. If I couldn't steal it from you, I would talk you out of it. And I was so good So I'm so bad at it now. So I mean,
Well, I'm glad we're dealing with 8 years later, Gerbs.
fuck,
Yeah.
man, totally.
I can't wait.
Kimmer's,
Gerbs
Kimmer's
said
is,
8 years.
she was doing this.
She's a tough woman to put up with all of what you've said you've done.
Yeah, man.
Props to Kimmers. Props to you,
Yeah.
Gerbs. I mean, both of you hanging out for each other like that, being each other's or rock, as they say, or anchor, whatever analogy you want to use.
She's my fucking Lego. Okay, my pieces fit hers perfectly.
You guys are like the flat four square one. You can't.
No,
pull
man, we're the three. We're the L's.
Oh, okay. You're going
We're
that way.
we're the weird shaped ones that everybody needs, but
There
don't
you
know. You don't know you need it until you don't have it.
I didn't know I wanted to play Legos again until just now.
Telling you, Lego is bad freaking ass, man.
Hell yeah.
I get paid to do it at work. I love
You do?
I do.
Nice.
Uh,
Well, gentlemen,
we're coming up on an hour. Do you have any closing thoughts for anyone? Any ideas, suggestions?
just know it took me 6 treatment centers and 25 years of falling down to figure out dope is not the cure. And please don't ever give up. Like, never quitting is the biggest thing I can ever say. And be grateful for any day on the side of the dirt, because tomorrow's not promised. You can't do shit all about yesterday. So live today like it's your last, because you just never know. I've lost some of my best friends that I've met through YouTube, and I made some lifelong bonds with others, and I don't want to let them down. And just know that you're never ever alone. Just you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're just
Reach
not.
out.
You're just not alone.
That's one of our common themes is reach out.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, Jerks,
And if you guys want to do another part 3, 5, 7, 9, as long
We're
as it's
always
another,
Maybe I'll tell my story the next time.
she's
yeah.
offered a woman's perspective.
We would
She
love
doesn't
that.
do this part of it, but she can be on the side telling her story.
we
Absolutely.
would love to have that. Maybe I could have Katie take my spot as host. She could be the hostess.
She doesn't do the whole in front of the camera thing.
That's okay. We had someone do it with the camera off. You don't have to be. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not a requirement at
Yeah.
all. Whatever makes her comfortable is. If she wants to share her story, she's always welcome.
Yeah.
Julio.
I love you guys.
Thank
too,
you, man.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and seriously, keep this shit rocking, man, because it's helping me become a better person, so I can be this person for you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
We're doing
No,
it, even if it helps just one person, like you said. It's worth it.
100%.
From some of the
Yeah.
messages I've got, it's good. A lot of people like to hear from people that they know.
Do that again.
I can't do what he does. I can't.
It's just middle fingers down and then bend your index fingers. There you go.
Gerb's got it.
Yeah.
I know what I'll be doing for the next
Kind
hour.
of.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There it is. And that's from Broken Hands.
Dude, that's awesome.
Well, everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you, Gerbs.
Thank you, Jervis. Thank you,
Kimmer.
Kimmer.
Let us know when you're ready. Of course, my phone goes off right then, but this has been eye-opening, very educational. A
Yeah.
lot of Gerbs, you have been through it and you are out of it and doing awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of Kimmers, proud of you.
Hell yeah.
And pretty soon we'll be celebrating 10 years for you.
Can't wait for
That's
that.
awesome.
Babe. But sometimes it's 1 minute at a time.
Yeah.
And that's that's as true as it gets, man. Some days it's awesome. Some days it's second by second. Just got to live through it, feel whatever you're feeling, and know tomorrow's going to happen.
Hell yeah.
I like it. And you said your birthday's on the 29th, so happy birthday a
Yes.
week from now.
Cool. Thanks,
Happy
guys.
birthday.
Any closing thoughts?
I think I'm 19 for the 24th time.
There you go.
Happy 19th birthday.
Stay blessed, gentlemen.
Sharif, any closing thoughts
man.
before we end it?
No, man. I honestly, like Jerb said it all. You know, this is, and you said it all. It's been eye-opening, educational, and I'm glad that you guys survived to be here with us. It's
Yes.
a blessing, you know, and I'm glad we got this version of you and Kimmers, man. Like,
Yeah.
Me too.
it's
You guys are
it's
awesome.
incredible, you know. So
And say hi to Bob for us, right? It's Bob.
That little bugger, man. I'm telling you, he's really getting a pain in the ass, especially in the snow, or if you got to carry something in. Like he's there like a freaking dirty shirt, and he's
I
stinking
love
bad.
I love it. If you don't know, Sharif, Bob is he's an elk or a deer.
Elk, Roosevelt elk, a 1,300-pound, 3-foot coat rack on each antler.
yeah,
Actually, if you wait a second, I can show you one of them.
I miss Canada, man. Like,
Never been there, but
oh, I used to spend a fair amount of time in Canada, and it's an incredible place.
whoa.
This is just one side.
Okay, yeah, Bob's a big
Dang.
boy. Bob's
Bob's a
big.
big boy. Like this goes on his head like this, and then he's got another one like that.
Yeah,
So
Were
He
you-
gave you a gift.
yeah. Were you there when he shook it off?
he shook this one off right in front of me.
Dang,
I wish I had it. I wish so bad that I had it on videotape. But
He just wanted
Yeah.
you to have it. He didn't want you to document it.
you know what's funny is I've seen him shake two off, and Wendy, the lady that owns the house,
Yeah,
she's got last year's the year
before.
before's full set.
dang.
On her wall.
That's
So-
so
That's pretty
cool.
though.
Yeah,
That's super
Yeah.
cool.
pretty crazy.
Hell yeah.
Well, you guys, thanks for coming on. And to everyone in the chat, thanks for sticking around. Well, this is going to be a premiere, but leave a comment.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us know what you thought
we
about
wanted
it. And
a round two of me or Miss Kimmers,
love it. I would love it.
Yeah, 100%.
she's totally game. So we're on
We're going to
board.
make it happen. We're doing this every week again, so we're going to make it happen.
Cool.
But thank you,
Thanks
guys.
for coming back, gents.
Thanks everyone for watching. And I don't really have a closer, but we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.